Hi, I'm sitting here today with Kevin and Sherry Harney, the writers behind the When to Walk Away, Finding Freedom from Toxic People curriculum. I love the process of writing books. I enjoy the process of writing and rewriting, so I never want help for my own books. But with curriculum, I've just found it's helpful to have some fresh eyes look at it. And what I was excited about when they talked to me whether I wanted to write the curriculum, I said, if you can get the Harneys to do it, that would be my first choice. And they graciously agreed to do it. He had another project I think he needed to finish up. But I was so stoked. But I was even more excited when I got the finished product. Because what I think it does, both of you've done this so often, but you took your own life and pastoral experience and just built on the concepts. And it just gave me a new enthusiasm to see you do that. Now, you guys have worked on how many curriculums have you done together through the years?
I think we've counted over 100.
Over 100.
Yeah,
All right.
we've been doing this for about 25 years.
Some we've written our own material,
Yeah.
but a lot of partnerships with people like you, people we love and trust, and so over 100 published small group things, which blows our mind because we're in our early 20s, and so
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's been a lot of years. Yeah.
So with so many curriculum, hundreds of curriculums out there,
Yeah.
why would a church or a small group want to do When to Walk Away? What do you think that offers churches and small groups today?
Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is this. We've written so many different studies. There's some topics that will just touch certain people. It's a very niche topic. Every single one of us has encountered or we're going to encounter someone who's truly toxic. And one of the things that you do so beautifully is you really help us understand not everyone's toxic, and if somebody's challenging or difficult, we don't go, oh, they're toxic, I'm going to run away. That's not the point. But man, there are real toxic people out there that can draw our time, our life, our energy, and damage our lives. And this is not I probably won't meet someone like that. I will. You will. And so this will touch a felt need for every single person of any age. And boy, if you haven't met that person yet, do the study now so you're ready when they come.
So what did you think when Kevin mentioned this topic, When to Walk Away, Finding Freedom from Toxic People? I mean, what went through your mind when he says, do we want to do this?
I wish I would have had this book 30 years ago because I was so excited when I was reading the book, working on the project, and I would say it to Kevin often, I would say, I've lived this life out because I have a very kind heart and I had this view that I had to serve everybody. But I learned the hard way that there's a difference between a toxic person and a difficult person.
Yes.
You do a great job in the book of helping us to determine that difference. And I love your line where you say, all toxic people are difficult, but not all difficult people are toxic. And that distinction, honestly, I need to tell you that I actually would pour into some toxic people, and it was actually my mother who was watching this process happen, and she pulled me aside and she said, Sherry, you are pouring your time and energy in a lot of people that you aren't going to make a difference in, and you need to start looking at and pouring into the people that you are going to make a difference in. And that was my mom who told me that.
Wow.
And
She's a wonderful, godly woman.
Yeah, and that was, I never thought about that. And so if I would have had your book, she was watching me experience a lot of frustration that was needless and hurting the call on my life to make a difference in the kingdom.
Gary, I think one more thing too is that there's a lot of very kind and sensitive and tender-hearted people who love Jesus. I think anybody in a group that wants to deal with people or to study this on their own or in a group or with a family, whoever it is, the more tender and kind the heart, the more susceptible they are to somebody who's toxic and who wants to say, you have to take care of me, you have to do what I want you to do. This is a kind, tender-hearted person.
I was that person. And I had to learn the hard way. So reading your book, like I said, I would
it ministered to us while we were preparing
I
to
wish I would have
others.
had this 30 years ago. It would have helped me a lot at that time. So I'm excited that this is going to be brought to the world. Thank you for this gift.
Yeah.
One of the things that meant so much to me is I know your sensitive heart as we've gotten to know each other.
Yeah.
And it was an affirmation to me that you'd be willing to wrestle with the material. And for Kevin, I just found I know you love people. Yeah. You've given your life over to serving people. but you're strong where I'm weak. You're not a people pleaser. You have the courage to call people out. And so I think that's such a great mix, that this is really a pro-positive relationship more than it's over-focusing on toxic relationships.
Right.
One of the things I love about where you went with the curriculum is that this isn't just questions for when they go through the video. You put together day by day through the week, which is what I love about what you guys do with your curriculum. You really made this your own in the very best sense of the word. But some people would say, well, some curriculums are very practical, real life. Some are more theological or theoretical. Where would you put When to Walk Away?
Yeah. Well, I think it's a beautiful hybrid of the two. And actually, I remember a conversation we had years ago when I was talking about, it seems like through the years, we end up writing on similar topics, but in very different ways. And so I just did a book called "No, It's a Beautiful Word." Right? How do you say no and have boundaries?
Yes.
And you wrote your book. And I always say your books are like these beautiful scholarly works. Mine are like pop-up picture books. Mine are very simple. And so, but I really feel like the book and then also now the study are this beautiful merging of deep theology, deep thinking, challenging thinking, but also real life practical insights that people will be able to take out of a study and say, I can live into this, I can do something with this, and I can nurture relationships that are just difficult and make those better, but I know when that line is now where I can begin to pull away from this person who's very damaging. And it goes from the deeply biblical, strongly theological, and practical, and I think that merging of those things is really powerful.
Well, I love what you guys did. I think you just shined, and it was more than I hoped for. I mean, it far exceeded what I thought. Sherry, let's end with this, because you've had so much influence on your own. I could just imagine some women saying, how do we want to call somebody toxic, or why should we be studying? Why don't we just have a study about how we love everybody? And what would you say to those people who might be reluctant to even pick up a study that has toxic people in the title?
I say that as Christ followers, we really want to follow Christ as he lived his life. And I think that you have done a great job in giving us an accurate picture, a full picture of how Jesus interacted with all people, that he actually did walk away. And so I think that just to say, we want to be biblical. Let's follow Jesus as he is. And so that would be my challenge, and to say, let's take this on and let's look at the times that Jesus did walk away. What can we learn from that as Christ followers?
Well, thank you guys. It was such a joy for me, and I couldn't be happier with what came out. So I appreciate your friendship, but also your partnership in ministry. And you can get it now, When to Walk Away, Finding Freedom from Toxic People. It's a curriculum with 6 parts, a full study guide. People often ask, does everybody need a study guide? Because of the way that Kevin and Sherry wrote it, I really think you do. This isn't just group questions. They go so much deeper than that about what you can journal during the week, practices during the week that really bring it home. So thanks for watching, and we hope this will be a great benefit to you personally and to your church.